Hi, it's me again with Corel Draws Tips and Tricks, and somebody sent me this clip art of the ship and wanted to know how to remove this black. It's representing the ocean, and it would be cool if you could change it, but it just looks like a big rectangle. And also, when they sent it to me, it was huge. It was like this big. So to make it easier on Corel, reduce it. And what that does, it gives Corel a little break, and we're going to resample it, and you can see it's at well over $500 per inch. Before it was, well, let's just see what it is. See, it's only 77. So by reducing it, you're saving Corel some work and probably some your memory on your computer. So we'll make it just a hair smaller. Let's zoom in. And then we need to trace it. So we're going to go up to bitmap and just resample like normal. It's at over 600, so it's good. Bitmap, convert to bitmap, convert to black and white, press OK. Trace bitmap. My trace is up here. Yours might be under bitmap. Outline trace, clip art. I use clip art almost all the time just because it works the best for me. So there's our new one. Here's our old one. And you can see that black. Now we go to arrange and group and ungroup, and we'll get rid of the white parts of the background. Now what we're going to do is left click, no fill, right click, outline, and we could go ahead and modify this bottom part right now. The only thing, you can't just delete it because of the fact that it's part of the outline of the boat. So let's do this. Let's take our 2-point line and just draw a line from there to there, and a line from, you can actually go past it, there to there, and then let's take the virtual segment delete key and delete that line. Now whether you want these little parts to be in there, that's up to you. Let's remove our 2 lines. But we need to join these lines up to the water so when we do make it work, it'll work. So let's grab the shape tool, grab that node and just bring it around to there. Let's zoom in here a little bit. We don't want it overlapping. I kind of did a funny turn there. We want it more like that. I would go ahead and take out those nodes. Now we need to do that on the other side. And what that does, that gives us a border. Now let's see if this works. Let's grab it all and combine it. Now let's left click black, and there is your ship without that black bottom. Now there's still a few things I would change, but you could still change them in this mode. I would maybe get rid of some of these nodes, just hit the delete. Just kind of make it, these are, and just depending on how big you engrave this, you might want to make these parts a little bigger so they have some surface between them. And you could delete those nodes right there. There's just too many nodes. Now I would take this quite a bit further, and like this line right here is pretty thin. Maybe take that one node and just kind of move it down a little bit. Now the ropes and stuff of the ship aren't perfect, but who's to say? I would, if you have Corel X8 and above, I would take my smoothing tool, and the picture's so little, I'm going to go 0.02, and I would click on that item, and I would bring these ropes in a little bit, just make it look a little bit more uniform. And you could do that throughout the whole scenario. You can just kind of go over it. I think it would look a little bit better, maybe a little bit more uniform. Maybe some of these other parts are a little rough. I would, and the bigger your node is, the more it's going to correct. See how it's making those ship lines a little bit more flat? You know, there's just a few jagged ones. And you could spend a lot of time, but it would be well worth it. And then when you get into this a little bit bigger, make your node just a little bit bigger. Let's go to 10. You have to click on your ship or on part of that black, and it's only going to smooth out what's inside that circle. There's some garbage up here I definitely work with, but I'm going to let him do that. The shape tool would clean that up quite well, and see how well the shape smoothing tool, work. You could do it if you don't have X8 or above. You could do all this with the shape tool, but not near as fast. Anyway, I think that looks pretty good. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.